Hey there! Today we are diving into the terrifying world of deep sea and its weird inhabitants. We'll start near the shore and sink deeper and deeper into the abyss, encountering more and more horrifying creatures as we go. First on the list is the Australian sandworm. This thing looks like it came straight out of a horror movie, covered in spikes, blind, with enormous mandibles that it uses to capture its prey. These mandibles are like fangs or lips in vertebrates. The speed and force with which the worm snaps its jaws shut is so powerful that it often cuts its prey in half. Oh, and did I mention it can grow up to 3 meters long? Gives you chills, right? This charming creature lives off the coast of Australia. It's not particularly dangerous to humans, but it can bite and leave a nasty mark, so wearing protective footwear is a must. Next up, as we drift a little farther from shore, we meet the Fangblenny. At first glance, it looks like just another big-eyed, boring little fish with saggy cheeks. But the moment it opens its mouth, it's like facing a nightmare straight out of a horror flick. Its mouth expands nearly 3 times in size, revealing bright, almost neon colors. This trick helps scare off predators and confuse prey. And if that wasn't enough, the wide-open mouth is also used to scare away other fangblennies that dare trespass on its territory or try to steal its mate. Let's shift gears to one of the creepiest parasites in the ocean, Cymothoa exigua, or the tongue-eating louse. These little monsters have developed a strategy that's both revolting and effective. They crawl into the fish's mouth through the gills, latch onto the tongue, and begin sucking the blood out of it until the tongue is nothing but a stub. Then they attach themselves to the leftover stump and start functioning as the fish's new tongue. They feed in the fish's mucus and whatever food is left over. Surprisingly, they doesn't really harm the fish, but it's still a grotesque sight. Don't worry though, they are harmless to humans. Unless they mutate, like in that one movie where they infect people. Now that we're talking about crustaceans, we have to mention the Mantis Shrimp. It may only be about 20 centimeters long, but it packs a terrifying weapon. Those 2 front claws with red accents. They're not just claws, they are hammers. Instead of grabbing its prey like most crustaceans, the Mantis Shrimp punches it with such speed and force that the water around its claw actually boils, creating a mini explosion. The temperature from the impact reaches levels comparable to the surface of the sun. These shrimp are fiercely territorial, and if you accidentally get too close to their burrow, they won't hesitate to strike. Luckily, it won't break your bones, but it definitely leaves you with a bruise, and maybe even a burn. Descending into the darker depths, we encounter the Hagfish, a creature that looks like a worm, but it's actually a fish. It's got no bones except for a skull, and it has 2 horrifying traits that make it one of the ocean's creepiest dwellers. First, the slime. When threatened or when hunting, it releases thick, sticky slime to trap its prey. Second, its jaw, which is made up of rows of razor-sharp teeth. The hagfish literally drills into its prey, tearing out chunks of flesh. Even worse, there have been documented cases of hagfish attacking humans. Most victims were left with large scars on their legs, a permanent reminder of their encounter. Imagine this. You're on a diving safari surrounded by schools of tuna and playful dolphins. You slowly look down, and from the abyss, 2 glowing yellow eyes stare back at you. This giant silver creature with a bright red fin a massive gaping mouth, and a body up to 6 meters long and 250 kilograms heavy is watching you. This is the Oarfish, a titan that lives in the deep waters of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans at depths of 500 to 1000 meters. Thankfully, it's harmless to humans and feeds mostly on plankton. In fact, it's so harmless that it can barely swim. It mostly just floats along, letting the current carry it wherever. Deeper still, we enter the Twilight Zone, a region around 1 kilometer down where no sunlight penetrates, creating a realm of eternal darkness. You've probably heard the legend of the Kraken, a squid so large it could sink ships. Well, it's real, and we call it the Colossal Squid. These behemoths can grow up to 15 meters long. Very little is known about them because they are so rarely seen. But they are the only predators capable of hunting sperm whales. Scientists often find evidence of colossal squid on the bodies of whales, huge sucker marks and cuts from their massive beaks. Their eyes are the largest in the animal kingdom, measuring up to 27 centimeters across. There are actually 2 species, the Antarctic colossal squid, which is shorter and heavier, and the standard one, which is longer and more torpedo-shaped. These giants inhabit the deep waters of the southern hemisphere. As we reach the ocean's floor, the creatures we encounter gets even more nightmarish. Take the Goblin Shark, for example. It earned its name thanks to its unsettling appearance. A long snout, pale pink skin, blood-red gills, lifeless eyes, and a mouth filled with hook-shaped teeth. But what makes the Goblin Shark truly terrifying is its ability to shoot its jaws out of its face to snatch up prey. This jaw shooting trick makes it a top predator in the deep. Goblin sharks are aggressive and have even attacked underwater drones. Now we've reached the bottom of the ocean, where all the creatures we've seen so far meet their final fate. This is where the giant Isopod reigns. Essentially, it's a half-meter long pill bug that waits for something edible to fall from above. These scavengers often gather in groups of 40 or more, devouring whatever corpse touches the seabed. They're so ravenous that they even eat the wood from shipwrecks. Some scientists believe that giant isopods are responsible for the disappearance of many ancient shipwrecks.